Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and space travelers. We're out here on a planet that I believe was created during one of the expeditions. Um, Never know why, but some of the prettiest planets out here in the game are pretty much created by the Deeves. You'll see what I mean in just a second. Ouch. This is one of my kind of planets right here. It's got a little bit of everything in it, including a bunch of stuff that you got to dodge. And y'all got to know I love dodging stuff. Yeah, the water still doesn't like me. That's all right. It's been one whirlwind of a week. Yeah, just like that. Um, I'm a bit drained. I'm wore out a little bit, but for the most part, I think I've been entertained. um, it, you know, there's been a couple things that's happened, just with my mom and whatnot like that. Um, she fell, and she has, well, I don't know whether it's just pre Alzheimer's or mid Alzheimer's or something like that. I'm not sure. She kind of doesn't remember a lot of things. She remembers, uh, she's got a really good memory. Don't get me wrong, but she'll sit there and she'll talk and you'll just be talking in a circle. Like she'll ask you how your pets are, and you just like, oh, they're doing good. And you go through, like a 5 minute story about, what they're doing and stuff like that. And she'll talk and and she'll just look at you right there on the spot and say, well, how's the pets? And it's constant. um but anyway, she fell this past Friday, and she was very confused, didn't know how she got to the hospital. Apparently the police, they have, well, social services has access to her house now, because she does live out in the middle of the mountains in the middle of nowhere. And she is a high fall risk. Um, you know, she doesn't like for people to just worry about her all the time. So she'll typically, you know, um, she'll tell you how good things are while hiding, the bad things and whatnot like that. And it's no different than any other proud person. They want to live their life and they don't want people just worrying and nagging them and stuff like that, and then thinking that, oh, well, you got to move out of your house because it's too dangerous for you to live there. Um, she does live alone, and she is in the middle of nowhere, but that's the way she wants it, and that's the way I'm going to keep it. My sister and I are going to keep it for her if we possibly can. Um, she's not hurting anybody or anything like that, and I think, if you went and moved her, I don't I don't I don't think it would be good for her. It wouldn't be good for her health. It wouldn't be good for her mind, and it definitely would not be good, for your relationship with your parent, or your mom. With my mom anyway. She has her mind set that she is going to die in that house, and she is going to be buried out back. Well, not buried, but she's going to be cremated, and she wants her ashes spread, in this particular area where others' ashes have been spread. And I think that's okay. I don't see anything wrong with that. My sister did go and, put internet in her house, and we use an Alexa Echo to remotely, we will call her, and if she doesn't answer the phone, then of course we will turn on the Echo and it automatically accepts the call and turns on the camera so we can see what's going on in the house. That's not to infringe on her privacy or anything like that, but it's to make sure that she hasn't fallen. Because when she does fall, she will be confused and won't know what happened, or you know if she needs help or anything like that. She's at that stage, where she'll forget where the phone is. She doesn't quite remember where her remote control is and stuff like that already. And I guess things just get um, a little fun for you when you get a little older. All right, let's go ahead and turn off the HUD. I don't like flying with the HUD. I needed to get used to this planet again. I haven't been here in a while. And of course, as you can see, there's a storm going on right now. And I thought this was supposed to be a paradise planet. I could be wrong. But I could have swore it was. All right, let's see. Overgrown planet. I guess I couldn't find the a paradise planet on the anomaly, so we came here, and this is a beautiful planet. Um, it does apparently have storms, obviously. But anyway, yeah, I'd just gotten off work last Friday, and Saturday was going to be my day off for the week. And I got a call that I needed to go and check on, actually meet her at the hospital because she had fallen and um, yeah. So off I went to about 25 miles away to meet her at the hospital. Not a big deal. Um, and I walked in the room and she just totally looked like a totally completely different person. Um, she had lost a lot of weight, and it didn't take her very long to do it either. But she will forget to eat too. She assumes that she's already eaten, and sometimes she forgets to take her medications, and I think that's what's causing a lot of her memory issues and confusion. She takes medicine for her thyroid, and they think that she might have um, Hashimoto, Hashimoto's disease, which is causing a lot of this. Hashimoto, that's what it is. So I don't know. It's supposedly curable, or it can be made to a point where you can live with it and it won't affect you too much, etc. But that remains to be seen. She was doing really well for a while, but I think she forgot her meds for like a day or two, and yeah, it brought back the crazy. Ow! What are these floating freaking things? I swear they're new. It's almost like dodging asteroids on the ground or on a planet. I'm not used to seeing them, not used to dodging them. I've seen them, I think, in a couple areas, but I'm just not used to them yet, really. So I don't really know how to play with them. But anyway, work has been crazy. You know, when you're talking about um, places like McDonald's and stuff, um, and then you're talking about Christmas. Oh my God, I that place has just been absolutely off the chain busy. Ow. Okay, I guess I dumped my shields just a little too much. Um, but anyway, we have run out of food, and then we have run out of food, and then we have run out of food. And it has been one of those weeks where things were just straight up chaotic. Um, it was like there's absolutely nothing you could do to stop what was about to happen, even though you knew it was about to happen. You saw the build up, you felt, the rush beginning, and typically when you feel it, everybody else around you feels it too. But it seemed like I was the only one in the kitchen that felt it, and I was, basically, I didn't know whether I should, I don't know, whether I should tell them because I figured, they're pros, they've been there, they've done this, and they basically didn't seem to respond the way I thought that they would. Um, when they're just a normal rush, it's no big deal. But when there's a huge, huge rush, and I'm talking about, you know, 15, 20, or 15 to 20 freaking orders right there on your freaking screen, it's just full and there's no unfilling it. Um, I figured, okay, well, I guess they're gonna, figure this out, you know. And I did present a few options, to make things a little mm, easier, but then people just started walking out of the kitchen. And I'm like, where y'all going? It's like y'all just left me alone here. Um, and here I am running around, trying to make sandwiches, make food, do this, do that, do this, do that, and we're running out of everything. I mean, flat out, everything was just gone. And I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do at this point. It's just like, you know, and then things did get a little better. Um, the first day was just absolute horror show. The second day, they kind of got things together a little bit, but we still wound up short. And people, the problem with this is it's not, the fact that they don't know how to handle a rush. It's the fact that these rushes are coming at a time when nobody is expecting it. Um, like, okay, breakfast ends at 10:30, right? So all of a sudden, we have people, customers, hitting the store at 10:20, and it's not just a couple. No, 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 no. This is like 20 to 30 freaking customers at the same time hitting the store 10 minutes before lunch starts, and they all want breakfast. All of them. You know for a fact that at that point, the store has already started their changeover to lunch. They're not going to have hardly anything for breakfast. But what they do know is that since it is still breakfast time, you're going to make something for them and it's going to be fresh. And I think that's the game. They want fresh food. And I think that's always been the game. It's just not really a game to most customers. Um, I don't think it's ever been a game to me. I don't want old food. I don't want junk food. I want, something that's just been made and I want it hot. I've had it up to my gills with food that's, been sitting around for the last hour and a half or whatever. And when the timer went off, the employees just hit the timer and said, screw it, right? And they just let it ride and get old and stale and dry and all this other bunch of stuff. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So, of course, even though we don't have that type of food in our store, we don't have food that sits anywhere for, for very long. Um, we have folks that come in and they're ordering, up to 50 freaking biscuits, and one day, and then the next week I think they ordered 100. Um, that's just the way things are, and food flies off the shelf. I mean, it's just gone. Um, we don't have enough food sitting around to really have to worry about whether you're getting fresh food or not. Um, I know some McDonald's and some restaurants, they don't really get busy, and they have burgers that they made like an hour and a half ago or whatever, and it's just sitting around doing nothing. And timers go off, and they're like, nah, we don't want to waste the money. It's store money. It's not ours. Blah blah blah. And then they go and pick up a piece of bacon or a burger and eat it. It's like, well, you just ate store money. you know, make up your mind. But like I said, it has been a week that has just been, well, it's been ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs. So tomorrow is going to be me going to my mom's house. Um, I need to keep up with her now, as well as my dad. He's coming out of his third bout with cancer, and he's 90. Um, and he's a trooper. You know, I don't think the doctors kind of really knew what they were dealing with when he walked in. I think they know now. He's not a quitter. Um, Still one of the strongest men I know. He'll pick up a bucket that's 50 pounds, and he'll, won't even grimace or put a little, face on like, oh my gosh, this is kind of heavy or nothing like that. And he'll just reach right out and try to hand it to you, and you take it, and you're just like, doink. You don't realize just how heavy that thing is. And like I say, he's been farming, for quite a bit of his life, and either that or a mechanic at a paper mill and stuff like that. And they think that it was the paper mill itself with the chemicals that probably caused the cancer. Because a lot of folks who retire from that mill, they usually they pass on fairly early after they retire. My dad's kind of lucky. He didn't start, a lot of medical issues until he grew a little older, and things started, going a little bit downhill for him. And but that's all right. I told him, I said, you still got another, 25, 50 years left. What are you talking about? Anybody tells you you got 3 years left, you tell them, hey, that just means I've got 100. So, I mean, he's got a while. He's good. He's not in any way, um, visibly, he's not physically harmed in any way, and he doesn't limp. He doesn't really have arthritis or anything like that. Um, in fact, he looks like he's 70. He doesn't look anything like his age. Oh, I love doing this. Okay, where my land dots go? I want land dots. It's not fun flying across the ocean when there's no land dots. When there's a land dot way over there, you know, islands. We call them land dots because they look like dots from the sky. Let's see, you get way out here, and all of a sudden you just turn into one of those swamp boats. Oh, big land dot. Oh, just slide down the mountain and stop hitting stuff. Water. So, between work, DoorDash, mom, dad, I've been fairly busy um, this past week. It's just been one of those weeks where you don't really have time for yourself, and there was no time for me to sit here and make, videos or anything like that because, well, I've just been on the go. Um, you know, today I was planning on coming home and, doing a video up or something like that, a little early and just rolling it into tonight. But yeah, I went into work, opened up at about 4 o'clock in this morning, and wound up working until 2. Well, a little after 2, but it just seemed like folks were just going home and coming to work, and I was the last one there that was there when I first got there. Um, I was there long enough to see people show up for work, all happy, and I was there to see them go home, all tired. Oh, no, 10 hours, no break. Yeah, great day. But I enjoy it, I mean, it's still fun, even even though things are a little bit chaotic right now. I think it's just getting to the point where we have um, some kind of symmetry or something, like everybody seems to they know what they're doing. There's no doubt about that. Every single one of them know what they're doing. They know how to do their job. It's, like I said, the job itself is not difficult. The the strategies employed by a lot of these folks is a little bit suspect. um, but it's not from a lack of imagination or trying. They're trying. Um, it's just things kind of devolve into chaos a little bit. When stuff starts going downhill and they start running out of food, and a lot of it's because they like to walk off away from their positions in the middle of a rush, and they're just like, well, I'm gonna go back here, and if you need anything, give me a call, yell at me, and I'll be up here, or whatever. I mean, at least in my mind, that's what they're saying. I can't really understand a lot of what they say because it's a different language. We do what we can with translators and cell phones and stuff like that. and we do communicate fairly well. It's just there are sometimes you can't communicate the way you would like, you know. Um, and these folks are really helping me out too. I've had a few issues in life, and you know, sometimes you need an external family, and I that's what I see these guys as. They're my family, um, in different roles and manners and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's like I said, I I come home and I see this as more of my doghouse. It's just where I sleep. I see work as my home. That's where I live. Um, and I don't mind, pulling long hours or whatever. I don't mind that at all. It's just I kind of need to know some kind of roundabout, you know, when do you think I'm going to have a chance to go home? Because it's not like I don't have other things that need to get done. Like I said, I do have parents that are elderly and they do need, care and this, that, and the other. And I kind of sometimes have to let them know, okay, look, I'm not gonna be able to make it today, maybe tomorrow. Um, Today I got to work and it's gonna be a long shift, so I'll probably not be able to make it today, but most likely tomorrow. Something like that. But sometimes you can't. It just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. You might want it, and you can want in one hand and poop in the other, and see which one fills up first. And I promise you, you're not going to get what you want. Not at least not all the time. Um, but like I said, I do enjoy this job. It's fun. That's what fast food is supposed to be. Fun. It's not supposed to be a whole bunch of yelly, yelly, argue, argue. Ugh, come on, it's peanut butter jelly time. Come on now. It's not that hard. It's burgers and fries, eggs and freaking biscuits and buns. Okay, it's not hard. It you know, physically it's hard, um, and it will mess with your mind if you're not physically sound. And you don't have to be physically fit. You kind of will be. You'll become that way, but you don't have to be particularly physically fit. You just have to be capable of mm, standing for hours at a time. Um, maybe not getting a break, and basically, look, it just happens, and you might have to stay a little longer than your shift was. That's just the way things are. You know, um, that just comes with the territory, and that's the way the job is. Blah blah blah. I know I'm on a soapbox, and I'm just going blah blah blah. I needed to decompress, and that's pretty much what's going on right now. I'm decompressing, and I'm making myself dizzy at the same time. So there. Um, anyway, what I really wanted to do was show this planet because while I was in my week of fun, I did log into the game and I wanted to see a couple things. They were giving away Starborn Runner Gold Edition, um, and you could have claimed it on Steam up to the 19th, and of course I missed the date, so I didn't get it. But that's okay. I figure more than one's being greedy anyway. So, and I usually only use one ship. I have several ships, and every single one of them were built to do exactly what I'm doing right now, except a little harsher. Um, I'm trying not to be too um, over the top with it right now because I don't know. I think some folks might not want to see that. What I'm doing right now probably is a little more than some people can handle as it is. I've seen comments from folks on like racing games where they got dizzy just watching the guy wreck, and it's like, okay, well, that's nutty. Have you never been on a roller coaster before? I think it's one thing if you're playing the game and causing the ship to create the action, but it's probably a totally different thing if you're viewing or watching somebody else play. And to me, I know what my ship's about ready to do. You don't. I mean, as far as you can tell, it looks like I'm running through peaks and valleys trying to follow a sunset, and I'm losing the battle and in the race. And that's true. I am very badly losing this. Where did you go? There you are. He's way over here. Come back here, soul. And the storms have started again. Okay, so anyway, this is a beautiful planet, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and leave this bad boy. See if we can't find ourselves a nice little paradise planet somewhere that don't look like. There's several different types of planets, and even for like a paradise planet, you don't want it to look like a cartoon. And I've seen a lot of cartoon looking planets. They just don't have the reality kick to them that some other planets do. And I kind of like the ones that look more realistic uh, rather than the ones that look really cartoony and just, I don't know. It just looks like, they had an artist come in and create several planets and other planets were just whatever the AI came up with and decided to make on its own. Yep. Okay. He just discovered this planet today. Can we get in here, please? Thank you.